Now on Nightside, a fire that started this afternoon on the banks of the Spokane River is still burning tonight. It forced evacuations for people who live and work nearby. The challenges firefighters faced to put it out.
The fire weather threat is far from over. Wednesday is a weather alert day, and I am tracking isolated lightning strikes and even stronger winds.
Police are searching for an arsonist following a series of fires set this morning in downtown Spokane. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. And thanks for staying up with us for Nightside. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. A fire is burning on the banks of the Spokane River right near Spokane Falls Community College. People living and working nearby had to evacuate earlier. For a look at the timeline of this fire, our Hunter Bertram takes us to the scene.
Kirsten, Spokane Fire tells me these fires started around 2:30 p.m. They were called at 2:31 to a reported brush fire on the west bank of the Spokane River just beneath the Copper River Apartments. Once arrived, they noticed additional fires, 4 to be exact in total, that they believe were started by someone. They then called in additional resources, Spokane County Fire District 10, DNR, and Spokane Police. After that, at 5:20, evacuation orders were then lowered completely. In Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
And this fire presented all kinds of challenges for firefighters today. They are continuing to mop it up this evening. Derek Strom continues our team coverage on the fire from the command post.
Now we're just starting to wrap up some of the hand line, and then we'll start on mop-up.
Firefighters say there were many difficulties fighting the TJ Meanock fire, especially because there were 4 different fire starts in the area.
We still have a little bit of smoke, and we will going into the night as well as crews are out here and putting out the fires internally. But right now it looks like forward progression has been knocked down, and so we're just working on getting the wrap around them all.
Firefighters initially had a tough time getting to these fires because of all the trees that were surrounding these fire starts. So they used a helicopter to scoop water out of the Spokane River and dump it on the fires. But now that fire crews are on the ground fighting these fires, they're still having challenges with the terrain and the conditions.
We have a number of homes and different apartments back there, and that's why we put those evacuation notices in play. But it looks like we were able to get a stop on that before a lot of those homes got threatened, and so just goes back to great teamwork and getting on this thing.
Washington DNR says fire crews will be here mopping up these fires, getting the heat down and reinforcing their containment line overnight. They do say you will be able to see a little bit of smoke here overnight. In West Central, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
And that critical fire danger still ahead for the next 24 hours. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joining me now with another weather alert day.
Yes, today was a weather alert day, and so is tomorrow for more critical fire weather conditions through eastern Washington as well as the Idaho Palouse, but really throughout the western United States. Now, taking a look at our radar right now, we have had 0 cloud-to-ground lightning strikes here in the last little bit, but there have been a few isolated strikes. I know it doesn't look very impressive on radar, and probably the few little spots that we are picking up aren't even reaching the ground, but there is still the potential for a little bit of elevated convection, which means more lightning strikes are not out of the question in the next few hours, and any cloud-to-ground lightning, with as dry as things are right now, could result in a fire. We're waiting the arrival of a cold front that is going to be moving over the region tomorrow. It is not going to be bringing any precipitation, but it is going to be picking up even stronger winds. Our Wednesday wind forecast, it's going to start earlier in the day. By 11 o'clock, we're going to be looking at 25-mile-per-hour gusts. That's what we had today in the late afternoon. 30-mile-per-hour gusts by around 2, and in the evening up to 35-mile-per-hour gusts in Spokane, but even higher in parts of the Columbia Basin, could be in the 40-mile-per-hour range. A fire weather warning continues through 8 o'clock tomorrow for this region shaded in pink. That's tomorrow evening, not tomorrow morning, because the winds are really going to get going in the afternoon. 88 our high. It is a little bit cooler than today. That's about the only thing working in our favor. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast, Kirsten.
All right, we'll see you then, Chris. And that TJ Meenock fire was not the only wildfire we've been watching today. Near Kettle Falls in Stevens County, we're also monitoring the Hope Fire. This one started burning right around 1:15 p.m. and state fire assistance was mobilized around 6:15 to help support the firefighters working to contain it. Right now, the fire is estimated at 2,100 acres. It is still growing with level 2 and 3 evacuations in effect for the surrounding area. The cause of the fire is still unknown. And now for an update on the Aubrey White fire. This one started burning in Riverside State Park on Sunday. Washington State Park officials saying they have to assess the damage there caused by the flames before determining the next steps for that area. Today, access between the Murren Trailhead and Wilbur Trailhead remains closed. The campground at the equestrian area will also remain closed until at least Thursday, but the campground at Bull and Pitcher has reopened. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. The U.S. Forest Service says the Canfield Mountain area is back open after a wildfire was intentionally set to ambush and kill firefighters. The Forest Service says that while the Nettleton Gulch fire is 100% contained, firefighters will still be in the area working on suppression. And during that ambush, 2 firefighters died and another was critically injured. John Morrison and Frank Harwood's celebrations of life will be later this week. And while they are closed to the public, the community can still be involved. If you would like to honor these fallen heroes, you can line the procession route. It starts at 10 a.m. by leaving the English Funeral Home, and it will travel south on 3rd Street, east on Sherman Avenue, and then continue south on Coeur d'Alene Lake Drive to the ceremony location. Thursday's procession will honor both of those battalion chiefs, and we will be watching and have more updates for you on KXLY.com.
Seattle Mariners faced the reeling New York Yankees. Just a month ago, the Bronx Bombers stood first in the AL East by almost 10 games. Now they trail by 3.5.
High fly ball, deep right field. End zone back, looking up, see ya.
Well, that was the story tonight. All Yankees in the Bronx today after a rain delay interrupted halfway through. Giancarlo Stanton with that first home run. Here's Austin Wells with another right after. 6-0 game in the bottom of the 6th. So now to the 7th. All rise for Aaron Judge. He's still trailing Cal Raleigh in homers, but this one edges a little bit closer. 8-0 game now off his 34th of the year. Not long after, a couple more runs scored. New York commanding 10-0 lead. Raleigh does get a Pyrrhic homer to mark 36 on the year. Pretty good for him. But 10-3 is the final in the Bronx. So a pretty disappointing start to the series for Seattle. Game 2 gears up for tomorrow. Stick around later in sports, though, to hear about how the Indians fared in a much tighter game tonight. Kirsten, back to you.
All right, Jack, thank you. Police are looking for the person responsible for starting multiple fires in downtown Spokane this morning. In total, there were 6 fires at the 3 locations marked on this map. One of those fires damaged a home near East 3rd and South Spokane Street, right near the Goodwill. Investigators are asking anyone with surveillance footage in that area of any of the fires to contact them. Still to come, where families can go to cool off for free tomorrow in Spokane. And the next time you fly, the TSA screening process may look a bit different. The new change that'll make going through security faster.
For the second time this season, we hit 95 degrees in Spokane. That's as warm as it's gotten. Our record 100 set last year, 2024. 8:48 is our sunset time these days. We have a little bit cooler weather coming tomorrow, but we'll be back in the 90s again soon. I'll have your forecast after the break.
Stay up late, and I'll make you a plate. Why did you wear that today? As we're gonna be cooking barbecue outside.
Man. I know I'm gonna be eating it like this though. When
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by Wonders of the World.
Wildfire season is here. Protect what matters most with meteorologist Chris Crocker.
We track the winds, the humidity, the lightning, because even the smallest change can lead to disaster.
The First Alert Weather Team, only on 4 News Now.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
You know, Donnie, when people hire the advocates, they don't just get me and you. They get a whole team of attorneys and paralegals ready to jump in and fight.
Gathering evidence, shutting down aggressive insurance adjusters.
Do what it takes.
Right. Hey, Ken. I'm ordering lunch. What do you want?
What are you getting?
A sandwich and potato soup.
There, you said it. Potato.
Ken, I'm joking. Nobody says it that way.
Injured? You deserve an advocate.
Advocate.
It's the summer sales event with the Ford crew.
It's the summer sales event. Great time to buy. Nice weekend, Hank?
Spectacular. Took the family camping, courtesy of Ford F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. Morgan?
Baseball tournament. My sport with the whole infield.
How about you two?
Mud bath.
Get 0% APR financing with 0 down and 0 payments for up to 90 days on select Ford vehicles. Plus, get a complimentary maintenance plan for 2 years.
Idaho's crown jewel, ranked #1. A quick drive to Playtime Paradise. Tee off in style, then keep the fun going at the casino. Secure your tee time online at cdacasino.com/golf. Circling Raven Golf Club at Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm out of here.
Kimmel's out, and your favorite guest hosts are in all summer long.
What a super chill time to be doing a topical monologue on national television.
Jimmy Kimmel Live with summer guest hosts. Weeknights on ABC.
4 News Now is brought to you by Colville Toyota.
Well, as we are continuing to watch these fires that we are seeing all over our region, it is a good time to get prepared in case you have to leave in an evacuation. One of the best ways to be prepared is by having a go bag ready. In this bag, you should have a 3-day supply of non-perishable food, 3 gallons of water per person in your family, and you should also hold on to your important documents like birth certificates, passports, marriage licenses. This should also have a change of clothes and your prescription medications. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joining me now talking about another weather alert day. This was exactly what the team of weather experts here was warning us about.
What we feared, and tomorrow there will be some things helping firefighters, but mainly working against them, in that we are going to be seeing much stronger winds, and the winds are going to last longer throughout the day. 4 things to know about your weather. Some isolated lightning strikes overnight possible. I've only seen 2 so far this evening in parts of the Columbia Basin, but there is that threat for the next few hours. Firefighters can see those lightning strikes also, and I know they are watching things very, very closely. It is going to be a dry and windy Wednesday. Some areas of smoke, not necessarily coming down to the surface, but you'll notice a haze on the horizon tomorrow morning and again tomorrow evening. And then we head into a cooler, calmer Thursday before things heat up again. I want to start off with our smoke forecast. At our current time, there is an elevated haze. You may have noticed at sunset especially. We've got some pretty good smoke coming off the Hope Fire into parts of North Idaho, but also from fires burning in the northern Cascades, deep in the wilderness there. We're bringing in some smoke, and that will likely increase over parts of the region by tomorrow morning. You may notice that is more prevalent. Here's 8 a.m. tomorrow, and then as those winds really get going tomorrow afternoon, we'll clear the smoke out and hopefully not be adding to the smoke with those dangerous fire weather conditions. Our forecast wind gusts, things are going to continue to calm down tonight, but then by fairly early in the day tomorrow. Here's 9 a.m. We'll already start to see the breeze picking up with 17-mile-per-hour gusts in Spokane, up to 20-mile-per-hour gusts in Coeur d'Alene. They really get going, though, in the late afternoon and evening. Here's 5 o'clock Wednesday. After the front comes through, wind gusts in the 40-mile-per-hour range will be common throughout the Columbia Basin. In Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 30-mile-per-hour gusts are possible as well. So any fire starts that we might get will spread very rapidly. And even though it is going to be cooler with a high of 88 and plenty of 90s around the region, our afternoon relative humidities are going to be quite low. So it is that trifecta: hot, windy, and dry tomorrow. Terrible fire weather conditions, and a few lightning strikes overnight don't help. High temperatures tomorrow, 80s and lower 90s in most locations. 98 in Lewiston, right around the Spokane area, 90s in Deer Park, 9 Mile, Meade. Downtown and Spokane Valley will be in the 80s. Elsewhere around the region, mid to upper 80s. So certainly plenty warm. It is a weather alert day. It will be hazy with that wildfire smoke. And then Thursday, a little bit cooler, 83, before we warm right back up into the 90s through the weekend, which may be a bit breezy at times, and next week. And Kirsten, there is just not a drop of rain to be found other than a few sprinkles happening right now.
Yeah, we have to think about all of the area around your home and how to just help with fire mitigation efforts.
Yes.
Clear all that dry brush. Do whatever you can.
And don't start any fires.
Yeah, be very careful with those restrictions. All right, thanks, Chris. Hey, if you're looking to beat the heat, Providence and Spokane Parks Foundation are holding free community pool parties throughout the month. The first party is tomorrow at AM Cannon Aquatic Center. There's going to be free swimming, hot dogs, snacks, and even an ice cream truck. Entertainment will include Vastra the Clown and Spokane Mounted Patrol. The party starts at 6:30 p.m. and goes until 8. And if you can't make it tomorrow, Hilliard will have a party at their aquatic center on July 23rd. So mark your calendar. Thursday, August 7th as well. There will be one at the Liberty Aquatic Center. A Spokane Valley roundabout that's been causing headaches for a lot of people who live nearby is getting another road improvement. The city installed the original roundabout back in October. Since then, those who live nearby say fender benders have become pretty common, with drivers speeding through the intersection. Several improvements have already been made to this roundabout since it was put in, but a lot of people hope that this one will make the roundabout safer.
We've made the decision to expand the roundabout inner circle and to change the width and the angle of the entrance angles to get that slowed down driver behavior that we're looking for.
This roundabout project has cost over $4 million, but city officials say it still remains under budget. This construction is expected to end before Central Valley school districts begin their classes on August 27th. Detectives are looking for information about suspects who caused an estimated $12,500 worth of damage to Green Acres Park during its renovation. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to vandalism on July 7th after a Parks and Recreation employee found this damage done to a recently resurfaced basketball court and a newly planted tree at the park. Investigators believe suspects used construction equipment to vandalize the park between 9 a.m. July 4th and 8 a.m. July 6th. If you have any information, you're urged to contact one of their detectives. We have his phone number right now on KXLY.com. For your money tonight, in April, we decided to purchase 4 everyday items from Walmart and track their prices to see if tariffs affected the cost. So we purchased a Barbie doll, a plain white t-shirt, and a pineapple, also a car headlight bulb. And last month, the Barbie's price rose $1.97 in the price tag there. This month, all the prices remain the same, though, except the t-shirt that went up by $1. But as trade deals continue and stall in the White House, we are going to continue to wait and see if higher tariffs will be imposed by the president. We cannot say that we're in the clear just yet from our everyday products going up in price. All around the U.S. now, the next time you fly, the screening process may look a bit different. After 20 years, passengers will no longer have to take their shoes off while going through security. ABC's Rena Roy has the details.
The shoes can stay. Two sources telling ABC News the TSA plans to phase out the shoe removal policy in all screening lanes at many airports across the country. A welcome relief for the millions of passengers every day who have to go through that hassle while traveling.
We are very confident that we can continue to provide hospitality to folks and for American travelers and for those visiting our country while maintaining the same standard of security for passengers and for our homeland.
For years now, the agency has been looking at ways to speed up those long lines at security. With Real ID now a requirement to travel domestically, experts say security is tighter, helping lead to this change.
With Real ID, we know who these people are, and we know that they don't necessarily pose a threat.
Advancements in technology also helping make things safer.
If you are feeling really confident in those security measures, including advancements in technology that might be able to better detect explosives, that's how you might come to this decision.
Previously, only passengers in the TSA pre-check line were able to keep their shoes on in most cases.
This is helping that travel population that doesn't travel very often, that doesn't have TSA pre-check.
This is a major shift since the policy was implemented in 2006, 5 years after Richard Reed tried to blow up an American Airlines flight from Paris to Miami with explosives packed in his shoes. The explosives failed to detonate, Reed taken into custody.
Now, according to a memo sent to TSA officers, passengers who trigger the alarm at the scanners will still be required to remove their shoes for additional screening. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
At Fred Meyer, you never compromise. You get up high quality like bread baked in store and down low prices everywhere you turn. Up high quality that's guaranteed fresh, and down low prices on over 1,000 items. With quality and savings that keep adding up, hand it to Fred Meyer shoppers. You never compromise. Fred Meyer. Fresh for everyone.
Music in Manitou brings exciting South American sounds from Piazzolla's Four Seasons to Bariba Union's beatbox rhythms. July 22nd and 23rd. Tickets at nwbachfest.com.
Do you keep up with the trends or set your own?
Is the color dense enough?
Add more pigment. Launch on social.
We've got to take this global.
All right, so where do we go from here?
You've got to test it, perfect it, expand it. Never rest until it's right.
Introducing the business card that gives back all you put in. The new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business.
AAA asked me if I would change my name from Sir Mix-a-Lot to Sir Mix-a-Lot. I said, why not? I'm more than a rapper, and they're more than just towing. All right, I'll change my name. Mix, ay, 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 mix, ay, ay, ay. When I say mix.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Coeur d'Alene Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Welcome back to Nightside. We've been talking a lot about heat throughout the newscast, but we haven't quite talked about how it affects our health, specifically how it can trigger migraines. For tips on how to avoid summer headaches, CNN's Mandy Gaither's here.
The heat, the humidity, the changes in barometric pressure all can do a number on your brain.
That is a critical trigger for those who have migraines. It will bring on migraines. It will worsen headaches for those who suffer from underlying headache conditions.
Dr. Ahmad Estamalik with Cleveland Clinic says dehydration often happens in summer, which can bring on headaches and migraines. So the first step in helping yourself avoid them is staying fully hydrated. He says to also know your triggers so you can avoid them. Limit direct sun exposure. Have a healthy lifestyle, which includes quality sleep and not skipping meals. And stay away from food and beverages like alcohol that can cause an attack.
You want to avoid some of the food triggers that can bring on the migraines, just because you don't want to have another component or another trigger that can worsen it.
Estamalik says if you've been prescribed rescue medication, to keep it on hand in case it's needed. And he says to take it early when you feel a migraine coming on. But he warns not to take too much of these medications or over-the-counter painkillers.
If you do that for an extended period of time, say a week or two, it can actually sometimes fire back. We call that rebound headache or medication overuse headache. And before you realize, you could be in an ongoing cycle of headache that tends to be a little bit more difficult to break at times.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And now for our top trending stories through the 4 News Now story tracker. Number 3, a bat in Spokane County tested positive for rabies. This is the first rabid bat reported in Spokane County and the second in the state this year. If you find a bat on your property, make sure to contact Spokane Regional Health District. 2, the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network recorded hundreds of small earthquakes at Mount Rainier this morning. The U.S. Geological Survey says this is the largest earthquake swarm at that volcano since 2009. Number 1, Dave Tisdall, the firefighter who survived the ambush attack on Canfield Mountain, is said to have saved countless lives that day. Even though he wasn't able to move his lower body after being shot in the back, he was still able to radio crucial information to other first responders. You can find each of these stories and more at KXLY.com. Well, the Spokane Indians return home tonight for a date with the Eugene Emeralds.
It's Christmas in July night at the ballpark. That's a lot of fun.
Cute.
And catch how the Indians did in Game 1 coming right up after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the All-Wheel Swap Meet in Spokane, July 12th and 13th.
You, me, Thursday nights.
Press Your Luck returns.
Here we go with this, man.
With big bucks.
$50,000.
Big wins.
Designer handbag. Airstream trailer. Let's go.
And big whammies.
Oh, you're not invited.
Press Your Luck season premiere Thursday, 9/8 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
The Tire Store for auto repairs, tires, and wheels. At the Tire Store, they'll let you split up your repair bill over a couple months. Get your car fixed today. ASC certified, and you can start an account with no credit check. Tire Store.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks. Toyota has the best resale value of all brands according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Summer is here in the Pacific Northwest, and it's set to be a scorcher. But why suffer through another season of sweltering heat and box fans? Call the experts at Bill's Heating and AC. With a lowest price guarantee, free second opinions, and a warehouse full of top quality equipment, we're ready to make your summer comfortable without breaking the bank. Technicians are on standby. Call for your free quote today.
It's hard saying goodbye to your car, so AutoNation makes it easy to say hello to your next one. Shop over 25,000 used vehicles now at AutoNation.com. Plus, we'll buy your car and pay you the same day. Visit AutoNation today.
We're still 61 days away from toe meeting leather for the Seattle Seahawks regular season. Yes, we are counting down, but today's media day continuing their long off-season grind. And here we see the Seattle rookies, newcomers, familiar faces all getting laced up for some fun media shots. A new bald look for running back Kenneth Walker. Little Williams busted a move with the cheerleaders, some nice low-angle action shots, and of course quality time with blitz. Seattle begins their preseason training camp in 15 days. That'll go all the way through the first week of preseason games.
Again, Carlos Alcaraz on center court with all the weapons working.
Another victory for the young Spaniard. He defeats British Cameron Norrie and former TCU legend Go Frogs in the Wimbledon quarterfinals this morning behind a remarkable 3-set sweep. Alcaraz finished with 13 aces compared to Norrie's 3, winning almost 90% of his first serve points. How about that? This win sets up a Wimbledon semifinal against the American Taylor Fritz. That's Fritz's first ever semi-appearance, the first American there since 2018. And welcome back to Avista Stadium for the start of another Indian series. Charlie Skakowski rockets a homer off Alberto Pacheco, brings the Eugene lead to 3-0 in the 5th inning. So Spokane is trying to rally. Aiden Longwell going right to Josh Bostic. An incredible catch by the pitcher. Out is clean. What a play. It looks to be a routine Spokane strikeout. But Jonah Cox, he's going to sprint to second. Ball gets away from second, so Cox goes to third, reaching base safely. It will not take very long, though, for him to be batted in. A sac fly deep left in the 7th inning makes it a 4-0 game. Spokane rallies for 4 runs in the 9th, but it won't be enough. Eugene wins it 5-4. And with that All-Star weekend coming up in Major League Baseball, we have the Futures All-Star Game as well. Charlie Condon, the current Hartford Yard GOAT, already on his way back to Atlanta, but now the former Indian pitcher Wellington Herrera joins him too. This closer was just nuts. 10 saves in Spokane, 5 already in Hartford. Hadn't even played 20 games yet, allowing a sub-200 batting average, just 6 walks in 17 innings. This Futures All-Star Game beginning at Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia at 1 p.m. Pacific time this Saturday, the 12th.
Center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Closer, Andres Munoz. And it's pitcher Brian Wu.
Love to see those reactions and smiles from the Seattle Mariners. The youngest collection of Mariner All-Stars ever, all under 28. Wu getting his first All-Star nod, Munoz his second, Julio Rodriguez his third.
Fly ball, deep right field, end zone back, looking up, see ya.
Yankees laying a hammer on the Mariners tonight, hitting 3 home runs en route to a 10-3 rout. 13 Yankee hits, 6 from the New York's 2 through 4 batters. Man, they shelled Mariner starter Logan Gilbert. The M's dropped to 0-9 this season when allowing double-digit runs. Especially disappointing because the Mariners just had a shutout home sweep of Pittsburgh last weekend. Game 2 of the Yankees and Mariners tomorrow at 4 p.m. Back with weather right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
2 summer sensations are flying into DQ. One of them is sure to save the summer. And the other? Yeah, he's Superman. No big deal. With an epic mix of sugar cookie dough, sprinkles, and cake batter flavor, the new DQ Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard Treat packs enough flavor to tempt Superman himself. Hurry into DQ or get it delivered in the app for this legendary new Blizzard Treat before it's gone.
For over 25 years, Dr. Arvind Chaudhry and Summit Cancer Centers has remained true to 3 core values. 25 years of coming together to develop the most complete and personalized treatment plans available. 25 years of providing the most advanced treatments and non-invasive radiosurgery in the country. 25 years of taking you on a healing journey from diagnosis to recovery.
And we are not stopping there. We will continue to offer the most comprehensive cancer treatment in the Northwest.
Summit Cancer Centers. Integrated, innovative, inspired.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis.
My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Tomorrow is weather alert day. Fire danger high because of the gusty winds, dry conditions, 88 degrees for a high. Cooler than today, but the winds will be stronger.
Yeah, Jack and I were just talking about how hot that Indians game looked tonight. We weren't even there.
No, Sydney told me it was pretty warm.
Yeah, it just looked hot just being out there. So everybody hopefully is taking your precautions, following all the burn restrictions, and keeping track of your neighbors. Check in on everybody. All right, thanks for joining us for Nightside. We'll see you on Good Morning Northwest.